Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of the Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. It helps us out a lot. And we're trying to reach 1,000 subscriptions. Now, we got some more news regarding F1. This is Joseph Kosinski's F1 that's starring Brad Pitt. That's going to be coming out in the summer. Looks like we got the runtime for that film, so let's read into the news. One of the most anticipated films of the summer is Joseph Kosinski's F1, which according to AMC clocks in at an ambitious 150 minutes. It'll certainly be one of the lengthier major studio movies of the summer, so that's about 2 hours and 30 minutes, ladies and gents. With the recent release of the film's first full trailer and in the same high-octane spirit as Top Gun Maverick, which was also directed by Kosinski, F1 promises polished cinematic entertainment. Internal word of mouth has been very good on this film so far, so that's something to look forward to. Industry sources recently confirmed that the budget for F1 had surpassed $300 million, largely due to shooting delays. And we've talked about that a couple times. I've done a couple videos on F1 just talking about the budget of the film and the production of the film. They had to stop altogether, then come back, then do reshoots. They really ended up finishing up the film at the end of last year, so it was a film that was in production for a while. Production initially began in July of 2023, but faced setbacks during the SAG-AFTRA strike. Despite the challenges, Kosinski managed to keep cameras rolling for the racing sequences under a special agreement, and filming wrapped in December of 2024, marking a lengthy 16-month shoot. The film stars Brad Pitt as a retired Formula One driver who returns to the sport to mentor a rising star played by Damson Idris. Kerry Condon and Tobias Menzies also feature in the cast. As Pitt's character teams up with his protege, he takes one last shot at racing glory. Apple Studios is very much targeting the European market, where Formula One has a much stronger following than in the US, interestingly, but the film will skip a Cannes debut and instead premiere in Monaco, a fitting choice for an F1-themed story. And yes, with that budget being $300 million, it makes sense to target internationally. I spoke about that before when talking about F1. F1 racing really is not a big thing in the US, it's more NASCAR here, but F1 is huge in Europe, so I think that's going to be the target for this market, and trying to get the money back on this film, because a $300 million budget means this film needs to make about $900 million to actually make money. 3x is the metric. Following his massive 2022 hit Top Gun Maverick, Kosinski reunites with Oscar-winning cinematographer Claudio Miranda for the film. Apple is producing, with Warner Brothers handling the distribution. F1 is set to hit theaters and IMAX screens on June 27th, 2025, and Warner Brothers has committed to a theatrical window of at least 30 days in theater. And so that's going to be 1 week after 28 years later and a week before Jurassic World Rebirth. It's sandwiched right in between there, so we'll see how this film does as far as box office goes. I will be talking about F1 when we do get to the release, and probably a little bit leading up to the release of the film. Definitely going to be a lot of big films coming out in the month of June, but we'll keep our eyes on that. Ladies and gents, let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Have you heard of F1? I think the trailer looks pretty good, to be honest. I'm looking for Kosinski to take those visual elements of aesthetics and add them to a racing film. Obviously, just looking at the trailer, you can see the cinematography is on point. So let's see if the story matches up with all of that there. Subscribe to the channel, share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues, let them know to subscribe as well. Like this video and ring the bell for notifications for more updates from me, Neff, on everything cinema and entertainment. Be safe, it's Neff signing off.